Hey guys, it's Sin Queen, and today I'm doing another speed build for my save file. This is the first build that I'll be doing for the more upscale region of Willow Creek. That's sort of what I'm calling it, because this one is sort of kitty corner from the goth house. You'll probably be able to see it when I rotate the camera, but this is pretty much the biggest build I've done for the save file so far, and these ones are tough. Like little builds are fine, like they're not too difficult, but the bigger the build, the harder it is, because I don't know, it's hard to make really big builds look good. This isn't a mansion or anything, but I am calling it a manor. It's a lawyer's manor. So this house is like just a big square brick house. The idea is that it's older. I always kind of pictured Willow Creek as being a very traditional neighborhood, a very old neighborhood as well. So there are going to be some older homes in this area. So this one is completely brick. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm calling it a lawyer's manor. And so the story behind this house and the townies living in it. So I'm not sure if you guys remember, but one of the very first speed builds I did for Willow Creek was, I think I called it a single girl's house. It was honestly one of the first. I think it was the second build I did for the entire save file, and I actually had one of my Sims in my aspirations challenge live in that house as well. So that's kind of where we started out with the story of Piper, if you watch that series. But yeah, that house, I think at that time I wasn't exactly sure what townie I'd have living in that house. But I ended up having a townie move into that house, and her name was Kelly Winters. I believe her last name was Winters. I could be wrong about that, but she moved in with her cat Cleo. And the story with Kelly is that she's a young adult. She's very career driven. She's a bit of a loner though, and I think if you read her biography, I can't remember what I wrote exactly. I should have pulled it up before I started this, but basically, she is extremely independent. She wants to live on her own. She could have lived off her father's money, but she chose to live on her own, make her own money, make her own way in life. And she doesn't really want many friends, much to do with her family. She's very much secluded. And basically the story is that her dad lives in this house. He's an extremely wealthy lawyer in Willow Creek, and he lives here with wife number 3. And I think in my head, like, I'm not sure what happened to Kelly's mom. Kelly's dad's name is Richard, by the way. Richard Winters. That's his name. But yeah, I don't know what happened to her mom exactly, but she's no longer around. Not in the picture at all. Possibly, I would say she probably passed away. I didn't really think of the details for it, but I would say she passed away. And so the story is that Richard lives in this house with wife number 3. He kind of just keeps marrying these super shallow trophy wives. They're all extremely beautiful and extremely useless. And his current wife, Sonnet, is no exception. So yeah, her name is Sonnet, but I think that was probably not her name when she was born. She changed it because she is extra AF. And so Sonnet doesn't work. She has a gym in this house all to herself. She has a meditation room all to herself. I just picture her being extremely such a diva, really living off her husband's money. And yeah, Richard just kind of cycles through all these wives. He's not super old, his daughter's only a young adult, so he's not really old or anything, but he has always married younger women that just kind of use him for his money. And it's almost like he's aware of that. He's not an idiot. I mean, he is a lawyer. He's aware of it, but he just doesn't seem to mind, so he kind of just allows it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna really enjoy creating Sonnet in Create a Sim, because I don't know, the fancy extra Sims are always a really fun ones to make, and so I'm already looking forward to creating her. She's gonna be polished. She's gonna wear super fancy clothes. She reminds me a little bit of Nancy Landgrab, and I don't think she would have come from nothing. She probably grew up with money as well, but just didn't want to make her own, so she just married rich because that's what she was expected to do. And she doesn't have kids. She doesn't want kids. She just wants to get massages and lounge by the pool all day, and who can blame her? That's what she wants to do. She wants to live her absolute best life on someone else's dime, and so that's what she's doing. And they live in this big beautiful house. It's got I want to say 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. I can't exactly remember. One of the rooms, the room that used to be Kelly's bedroom, is now just a guest room, and then the other rooms are like it's not really a meditation room. It's more of like a spa room, I would say, actually. But yeah, it's not even meditation at all. Now that I think about it, I didn't put any meditation stuff in that room. But yeah, she's got like a room for just like spa treatments. The one where you can get like a foot massage. There's the massage table in there. And yeah, I don't know. Her character to me is so interesting just because she loves to pamper herself, and Richard works really hard all the time. He's always at work. I also put an office in the house as well so he could work from home if he wanted to. I don't know per se if Kelly would have grown up with Sonnet as her stepmom. I would say probably not. Maybe the first 2 wives, but I kind of picture Richard and Sonnet being like more of a newlywed couple. So I don't think Kelly knows her super well, but she knows her dad and she knows his type. And that's kind of the reason why Kelly just wants not much to do with any of it, because she's really not interested in meeting another stepmom. They're all pretty much the same. So yeah, Kelly is super distant from her dad. She doesn't want his money. She doesn't want his help. Doesn't want much to do with her new stepmom. She's just on her own. And I gave her the loner trait, so it's not like a sad thing or anything. She honestly prefers it. And she just wants to be really independent. So that's kind of the story with that. And I like the idea of creating townies that are all sort of connected to each other. Even if they're not in the same world, like even if they're worlds apart, I think it's interesting to sort of create those stories. So that is a story for the Winters family. So this house, I honestly struggled so much, and I don't know why. I knew exactly the aesthetic of the house that I was going for, like all the dark sort of rich tones and like all the wood. I really wanted that, but for some reason I had such a hard time. I really did. I just couldn't, nothing was looking the way I wanted it to in my mind, and I played around with a lot of different ideas, and it was difficult. The living room I did twice, the kitchen I did twice, and the backyard I did twice. So I mostly cut those things out. You may see things change. You may see me do things twice over. I changed a lot in this house just because no matter what I did, it wasn't what I wanted. And so that rug, it goes. I think I changed the curtains. I changed everything about this living room because it wasn't what I wanted. So I changed those curtains to a brown color. I put that radio there, didn't like it, so I got rid of it. I didn't want this house to be cluttered at all. I wanted it to be kind of the opposite of cluttered, mostly just upscale, but like, I don't know what the word is. Not super inviting either. Like it just is what it is. It's kind of dated, but in a good way, I think. Like everything in it is pretty old. I would say that Richard probably comes from money as well. I think that like his dad was probably a lawyer as well. He probably comes from a line of lawyers. He comes from a lot of money. It's not all his money. I don't even remember how much this house ends up costing. I mean, it's not a crazy amount. It's not the biggest house I'll make in this save file, but for Willow Creek, it's probably one of the bigger ones. I'm not very good at building big houses. Like I'll think that I'm building a really big house, and then it turns out to be just sort of like a large family home and not this mansion that I pictured. So I do need to get better at thinking bigger and making bigger houses. For the kitchen here, you will see that I completely changed all the cupboards because I didn't like them. Looking at it now, I do like it, but that tone, that red sort of wood tone, just wasn't what I was going for. It didn't match the rest of the house, and I know that not every single room needs to be cohesive and match the other rooms in the house, but in this case I really wanted it to. So you won't see it, but magically everything will change, and the whole kitchen the whole kitchen design changes because it just wasn't what I wanted. So I did that off camera, but I do that a lot in this build. I just go back and change things because I wasn't happy with it. You may not see it all. You may not even know that I did it a different way the first time. But this house took so long. And it was frustrating because Tiny Living had just come out when I was building this, and I really wanted to get on with building houses in Tiny Living, but I needed to finish this build. I know that if I walk away from a build and I don't finish it and I start another one, I will never finish it. And I know that some people can like start a build and come back a year later and finish it, but I won't. And I know myself. I had to commit to this build and just get it done. It took me a really long time, just because every time I came back I wasn't happy with it and I had to keep changing things, and this house was a challenge for me. It really was, and I don't really even know why. Mostly because it's not my the design that I normally go for when I'm building, like these dark woods. It just, something about it didn't feel natural to me, and I do end up liking the house. It's not my like favorite build that I've ever done. I think that I don't know, my challenge, like my struggle, it really shows in this build, which nobody really wants, but I don't think it turned out badly. I'm still happy with like the layout. I love the story of these Sims. I know I'm gonna love creating them. There are a lot of things that I'm happy with, but some things I'm just like, why am I having such a hard time with this? And so I really wanted to get on to, and I was feeling like, I don't know, like I've always felt like a pretty good builder in The Sims. Not great, not the most creative, but still pretty good. And this build was like, my confidence was so shaken. I'm like, why do I even build in this game? I clearly don't know what I'm doing. And so I was pretty hard on myself while I was trying to build this. And I really just wanted to switch over to Tiny Living and feel good about my builds for once. So I was happy to be able to take a break. Well, after I was finished this, take a break from bigger houses and move on to something a little bit smaller. That was a huge relief. But yeah, now we're on into the dining room. The main floor is just about finished. You'll see, yeah, the counters in the kitchen haven't changed yet, but you will see them completely change very soon. Yeah, I think it just happened. Yeah, it's different now. It was that like red wood tone, and then I went for the black and dark wood tone instead. And then I used those same counters throughout the entire build, like all the bathrooms. I know a lot of people don't think the bathrooms all have to match, and I don't always think that either, but they still have to have the same theme, I think. So I usually just end up using the same ones, depending on the size of the bathroom. This room here is the laundry room, which is one of the bigger laundry rooms that I've done. I put some shelving in there and a sink as well. I'm hoping Sims won't use that sink to wash dishes, but I'm sure they will. They always do. They always find the farthest sink away and go use that one instead of the kitchen one. I don't know why. And this room here is like a sunroom kind of, except I think I'm an idiot. I forgot to put a glass roof on this sunroom. I should do that. I think I'm at the build right now. Oh, I'm not. Okay. I need to remember to do that. That was the whole point, was to build a glass roof over that, and I don't think I did. I even have a chandelier hanging there, which is not realistic at all if there's a glass roof. Oh boy, it's not in the gallery yet, so I have time to change that. I hope that I remember though, because that is kind of major. What was the point of even building that if I didn't even put a glass roof? Oh god. See, like I said, this build, we struggled. It was hard. My husband kept saying, like, he'd come in and be like, you're still on this, hey? It took a really, really long time. I know it was my brother that said that. He would, every time I built this, he would walk in and be like, what are you doing to this house? Like, you've been on it for forever. And it's true. This house and I, we don't get along. We're still not friends. I mean, I look at it overall and I'm pretty happy with it, but I don't know. Like, I think that when you have such a hard time with something, you're extra critical of it. And so that's probably where I'm at here. We are in the master bedroom now though, which I did really like. I was pretty happy with the master bedroom. Had a lot of like darker tones. I had Sonnet in mind this entire time that I was building or just furnishing the upstairs. I just had her in mind. Like, I thought this is her domain. She probably redecorated the bedroom because, you know, you think like, I don't know, when a new wife comes in, you're like, okay, we're gonna redo the bedroom. That's how I pictured Sonnet. Like, she didn't want the bedroom to look like Richard's ex-wife's bedroom. She wanted it to be her own. So she got all new furniture, redecorated the way she wanted to. And I think even the rest of the house, that probably isn't her style, like the dark woods. I think she's more upscale than that, but she can't exactly win all the battles, and she's kind of new here, so I think maybe she would want to slowly renovate every single room at this house until it's the way she wants it to look. But Richard likes his super traditional old manor, and I thought maybe even like he inherited this house from like parents or grandparents or something like that, and that's sort of why he's not budging on wanting to renovate the house, because it's kind of like the house that he grew up in. The house, he likes the traditional sort of vibe of the house. Downstairs there, I just did his office area, which is pretty small. She gets all the big bedroom, all the bigger rooms, and he gets a small office on the main floor. Just doing the bathroom now. I was gonna do an ensuite, but then I put the bed up against that wall and there was no room for a door. So it's not an ensuite bathroom. There, I have to physically go out into the hallway first. But I did put double doors leading into the bedroom, which I thought kind of gave it like an upscale vibe. I was gonna do a big closet as well. And I kind of wish that I had just made one of the bedrooms a huge, massive closet for Sonnet, but I instead did the gym because I think she's like super into appearances, and then the spa room as well because, you know, she needs to relax. Not that she has a stressful life, she doesn't work or anything, but she works out and she gets spa treatments. And you can have a sim come to your house and give your sim spa treatments. So like this massage table and the massage chair as well. You just click on it and get someone to come to your house and give you a massage. So I think that's what Sonnet does every single day. Playing with her would be really interesting because I feel like she wouldn't do much. They probably have, not a butler, but definitely a maid. I would even think like, because you can hire caterers as well anytime you want. So I feel like she doesn't lift a finger. Like she doesn't, I'm gonna make her so that she has no skills in life whatsoever. She's not very useful. That's what I'm thinking. Sonnet's gonna be an interesting character. So here is her spa room. I kind of just made it like relaxing, and I don't know, I just think it's funny that she has a spa room in her house. It's not even like a huge mansion either, so this is like one of the bedrooms is being used for a spa room. I even thought of giving these to a baby, but then I thought, no, I don't know. I think Sonnet would not want to take care of a baby. I like the idea of her just like spending her days just doing whatever she wants, just being completely free to do whatever she feels like doing. And then in the hallway I just did like a little table and a rug, and that's pretty much it for the inside of the house. In the backyard, I didn't do too much there either, just some lounge chairs, which I took like 20 minutes spacing those stupid things out. I couldn't decide what to do. And then I put some umbrellas over them as well. A patio like table at the back as well. I was gonna put two, one at the back deck and then one sort of next to the pool, but I didn't want them using like all these different tables because I have already like a dinette in the kitchen and a dining room table in the dining room, and I thought maybe it was just too many places to eat for two Sims. So I think I ended up just leaving that area blank. I kind of thought about it for a long time, but I wasn't sure what to put there. I did put a hot tub out on the back patio. That glass door there leads to their bedroom, so they can use the hot tub. And that's pretty much it for the speed build. You guys can download this house on the gallery. My origin ID is SimQueen1992. Oh yeah, I put a fire pit there. That's what it was. If you guys enjoyed this build, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.